Hello, you're watching Proactive London. I'm joined by Dr. Eric Lyra. He's the CEO of Genflow Biosciences. Eric, great to see you again. You're up with an update on your programs this week, and it looks like you've made good progress in your preclinical efforts aimed at combating those age-related diseases. So maybe starting off with your lead candidate, GF1002, because you recently received guidance from the FDA. Take us through that.
Correct. Our announcement was about three events. In the past, we have been discussing about the funding. We got institutional investors on our cap table. We got grants, but we had the feeling that our investor was saying, okay, they got a lot of cash. What are they doing with that? So we're moving our program, and this cash allowed us to move pretty on time on those three different programs without cutting any corners. If I start with the vet, for example, the dogs, and I will start with the dogs, sorry not to answer directly to your question, but I think a lot of our investors, especially in retail, are dog lovers, and they're very interested in the dog things. We never communicate on this. We waited a little bit. We gained a lot of knowledge by doing a lot of mice studies, and we are now in a position to have the best vector to deliver sirtuin-6. We work a lot on the variant of this sirtuin-6 and discover a lot of nice properties, but the issue was what is the best tool to deliver this sirtuin-6 variant to the dogs. We found it, and we're ready to start the clinical trial.
And that's GF1004. Am I correct, Eric?
Yes. Now, your question was about 002 and the program on MASH. We're very excited by this program. Again, our comfortable funding allows us to move according to the plan without cutting any corner. CDMO is quite interesting, because we have the possibility to start our GMP production, large-scale production, under good manufacturing practice, which is required to start a clinical trial. You need to do 3 batches. It's long. We take an extra step by assessing the expression of our vector in this condition of GMP and large scale. We do this extra step because we have time before the clinical trial and because we have the money. And it's also important for us because it will allow us to keep our promise to deliver a product that's not too expensive. And the higher the expression, the lower the cost of the product. So instead of rushing directly, we assess to be sure that our process is the most cost-effective as possible.
And you're looking at a feasibility study with Exothera to evaluate the production of MASH, right?
Yes, correct. So to do that, we do the same conditions, and we assess how much sirtuin-6 is delivered by the AAV, so the efficiency of our delivery system. By doing that, it will allow us to have a better idea of what will be the future cost of the therapy in large-scale production conditions. So that's quite exciting to be able to do that. The second event with the MASH was to talk with the FDA. So far, we had nice discussions with the European agency. It was also important to have some discussion with the FDA. We contacted the FDA. They gave us guidance. We're very happy with it. And it also demonstrates our commitment not to act as a local actor, but to have a global reach. We are focusing on Europe because obvious lower cost of development in Europe compared to the US. But we also recognize that the ultimate market in terms of commercialization will be the US. So it's important that in parallel to our European effort, we pursue some development in the US. And this first contact with the FDA is the illustration of that strategy.
Eric, as we head into the second half of 2024, what is your focus going to be?
Oh, it's mostly to be prepared to our clinical trial on MASH. Second, to initiate this dog study. The dog study is quite interesting because it's a program with possible of a reward at very short term. When you develop product for humans, you have to go through a process that's highly regulated, and there's no shortcut. You cannot go faster than what is permitted. So it could be frustrated for the investors. On the other hand, the dog study allows you to have to proof of concept much faster than in human. And that within a year could reach to some interesting collaboration with a large vet pharma company. So we're excited about that. Two priorities: getting ready for the clinical trial MASH, working on it, and starting this dog study, working on it.
Well, Eric, I hope you'll keep us posted on progress on both of those studies. And thank you very much for the update today.
Thank you.
That's Dr. Eric Lyra. He's the CEO of Genflow Biosciences.